My hands still remember the rough feel of worn wood and the sting of varnish that stuck to my skin for days. 6 years ago, I poured every ounce of my energy into a place I believed would be my refuge. But just a few weeks back, my own family handed that place over to someone else, like I was never part of the picture. Like I'd never existed. My name's Lucas, and this is the story of how I lost the home I built from the ground up, and how I took it all back. At 28, I was barely scraping by, juggling freelance gigs as a graphic designer in a quiet seaside town. My nights were filled with design deadlines, cheap noodles, and an aching desire to prove I was more than an afterthought to my parents. They, Maureen and Harold, owned a battered old cottage inherited from my great-aunt. The place was falling apart, rotting deck, broken windows, and a roof that leaked like a sieve. They didn't offer it as a gift. No warm family moment. Instead, they proposed a deal: I could rent it for half of what others paid. My mom said, "It's basically yours, Lucas," like she was trying to sell me something off a bargain shelf. I agreed. The cottage was 5 minutes from the ocean, where salty winds filled your lungs and the waves could drown out your worst thoughts. I didn't just live there, I committed myself to that place. I tore up warped floorboards until my hands bled, painted the walls in calming grays and warm cedar tones, replaced rusted plumbing, rebuilt the porch rails, even swapped out the groaning old heater. Every penny I earned went back into that house. Every moment of peace, every sleepless night, I gave it all. My parents visited like landlords doing inspections. "You're really turning this place around," my dad would say with that distant tone I mistook for pride. My mom would scan the place like a real estate agent, nodding at my custom shelves and ceiling fans. "This'll be worth a lot one day," she'd remark. I assumed she meant for me. My sister, Nora, was always the favorite. Older by 4 years. She got music lessons, new clothes, a car for graduation. I got leftover art supplies and a polite handshake. They paid her tuition without blinking. When I asked for help buying a computer for work, they told me to open a credit card. I never hated her, she was living her life. But our parents built a wall between us long ago, brick by brick, through favoritism. 2 years ago, they came to me in a panic. "Lucas, we're in trouble," my dad admitted. "We took out a $40,000 loan on the cottage. We're about to lose it." My mom leaned in with her usual sugar-coated manipulation. "You've made it your home. If you help us save it, one day it'll be yours. We promise." $40,000. Everything I had. Years of hustling, saving, skipping meals. But I trusted them. They were my family. I wired the money. Kept paying rent. Kept fixing things. Believed that I was building something real. Then last month, I got a text from Nora. "I'm engaged to Owen. We're throwing a barbecue at his parents' house. You have to come." And I was happy for her. Owen was a good guy. Humble, funny, and kind, the kind of man who brought out the best in her. I bought a clean navy shirt, kept it simple, and headed to the cliffs to celebrate. The place was buzzing, music, laughter, the ocean roaring in the background. I hugged Owen, chatted with old friends, even danced under the string lights with Nora. Then my dad climbed up on a picnic table and called for everyone's attention. "We're so proud of Nora and Owen," he announced. "And to help them start this new chapter, we've got a gift." He pulled an envelope from his jacket and handed it to Nora. She opened it, gasped, and beamed. "Mom, Dad, are you serious?" My mom stepped forward like she was handing over a trophy. "It's the deed to the beach cottage," she said. "For your future together." Cheers erupted. I couldn't move. I stood frozen, the party noise fading into a blur. That was my home. The one I rebuilt. The one I saved with my life's savings. I clenched my drink so hard it cracked in my hand. And then, bless him, my Uncle Ray stepped in. "What about Lucas?" he asked, loud enough to cut through the celebration. "He's lived there for years." My dad waved him off. "Lucas will move out. He's had enough time there." My mom added, "He's young. He'll figure it out." I wanted to scream. To shout to every person there that I paid for that roof. That I bled for those floors. That I saved that house. But I said nothing. I just stood there as the party carried on. Then my phone buzzed. A text from Nora. "Hey, could you please move out within 72 hours? That was it. No call. No conversation. Just 72 hours to disappear from the place I'd made my own. Rage took over. Not the kind that comes and goes, but the kind that simmers until it explodes. I called my best friend Sam. Voice shaking. "Can I crash with you? I have nowhere to go." He didn't hesitate. "My cousin's house is empty while he's abroad. No rent. Go stay there." But I wasn't leaving empty-handed. The next morning, I made calls. Hired a crew. "Take it all," I said. "Everything I paid for, the heater, the sink, the shelving, the floors. Strip it." And they did. In a single day, we gutted that place. The same way Then came the gaslighting. "Maybe that money was a gift for Nora's wedding," my mom said. I laughed. A sharp, bitter laugh. "You lied. You used me. You tossed me aside. We're done." But I wasn't finished yet. Years ago, I'd loaned them my old Ford truck. It was still in my name, still insured by me. Just another thing of mine they assumed they owned. I called a tow company. "Pick up my truck," I said, giving their address. "I'm the legal owner." An hour later, I got a call back. "We've got the vehicle." They yelled, but we showed the title. I don't take joy in the anger that drove me. But I don't regret it either. My parents took my home, my savings, my trust. I reclaimed what I could. Now, I'm building again. In a new place. With new walls. New silence. New strength. And a new question that haunts me. What do you do when the people who are supposed to protect you are the ones who break you? I'm finding the answer. One day at a time. And I'm not going back. Screen fades to black. On-screen text appears. Has someone ever tried to take away what you've built with your own hands? How did you fight back? Drop your story in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if this story hit home. Your voice matters. Let it be heard.